Hey everyone, Joe Jacobs here with Mortgage Connection, and I am thrilled that we have the one and only Monsy Lopez, one of our top producing mortgage brokers here at Mortgage Connection, a total rock star, and we're just gonna have a quick chat on everything about you, Mons.
Oh,
think we can do that?
I'm up for it. Let's do it.
All right, so this is gonna be a bit of a kind of a rapid fire, some mortgage questions, some personal stuff. So let's start with, every mortgage broker has obstacles. So there can be challenges in this business. There can be things that are tough. What is something that you've overcome that you think's worth sharing?
Oh gosh, I think the biggest obstacle or challenge in this industry is that when you build a business, there's no off switch. So that business comes in sometimes quicker than you can really handle at times. So I think the biggest challenge is just managing your workload, managing your stress levels, and doing the right things to not get into a state of burnout. Because that, in this industry, can definitely happen.
Yeah, burnout's a real thing.
It is. It is.
I've got to commend you. One of the biggest things you did that so many people are scared of is hiring. And you've added an incredible team. You've got numbers you've never done before, and we're seeing all the success. It's like taking that step, being aware of the burnout. So commending you for doing such an incredible job on that.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I think hiring was definitely one of the best moves I've done in my career. And that was, of course, coming out from that burnout. So it was the right move at that.
Right. So obstacles are one thing, but what about success moments? What about something in your career that you're the most proud of, something that you would say, this is what I've done that I can really be proud of in this business?
Yeah, I think what I'm most proud of, because I've had great years, numbers are great, but when I really look at what I'm most proud of, it simply comes down to my reputation. And that's something, because that takes time, that takes years, not only to establish a great reputation, but to sustain it long term. And I've been in this business 15 plus years, so I'm most proud of that for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, reputation definitely is something that you don't control. So the fact that you've done such an incredible job with that, and I think it's important to note, not just from a client base, a referral base, but the lenders all love you too. So, you've got partnerships all over the spectrum of this space, and that reputation certainly goes a long way. So again, amazing stuff there. If, we look back, you said 15 years in the business. That's crazy for me to think that that's how long you've been here, but makes sense. I guess we're all getting older. What would you say as a piece of advice to someone new to the business, someone coming into the space? If you could look back and do something differently, where would you go with that?
Database. Day one, start as early as possible on just anybody you know. Do you have a mortgage? Great, let me put you on your my renewal list. And starting out with a really great CRM system from the get-go. A lot of people think, oh, I don't have any clients, I don't need to worry about that. You will eventually need to worry about that, so get a good one at the start.
Yeah, that's such a good advice. It's so simple, but it's something everyone misses, and then they go back after they're too busy trying to rebuild the database. I think tons of brokers have been there. I've been there myself, so that is great advice. Day one, do the database. Okay, so let's go all the way back, kind of day one. What inspired you to become a mortgage broker in the first place? And then kind of a follow-up to that, how has your why changed over the course of those 15 years?
Okay.
I know it's a big one.
Yeah. When I hear that question, the first thing that comes to mind actually goes back to my mom's journey a little bit, because my mom immigrated here from Mexico, 2 kids in tow, very young, early 20s, and life was tough. Life was really, really tough for her, and going forward, it was tough. And there was a period of time, I think I was about 14, and at that time, my family was a little bit misplaced. We were all staying with friends. My mom was in a motel. I'd see my siblings at school. And so, for lack of better words, we didn't have a home. And that was really tough. And my mom at the time was a long-haul truck driver, actually.
Okay.
And so one day we were driving in the car and she said, I have to stop to get a bouquet of flowers. And I thought that was really weird. I've never seen my mom get flowers. And we proceeded to drive over to a bank.
Yeah.
And so we popped into the bank. I waited for my mom. I sat down and I just saw her go over to an office, hug this lady, tears in her eyes, gave her this bouquet of flowers. And as we walked out of the bank, I said, Mom, like, who was this person? Right. And she said, that's the lady that just helped us get a mortgage. We just bought a house.
Wow.
And so I'll never forget that moment. And of course, I mean, I'm 14 at the time. I'm not thinking, oh, one day I'm going to be a mortgage broker. But I'll tell you that that day still stands with me as to how powerful it is to have a home and to have that stability. And so now in my business, I help a lot of single parents, single moms, single dads, right. People that are new to Canada. And I really understand what it is to have that empathy and to understand what they're going through, yeah. And ultimately help them get their home.
Wow. I mean, thank you first off for being vulnerable and sharing that. That's just a beautiful story showing the power of home ownership, the stability of it. There's so many stories like this, and you can really see it and feel it with how you explain that it's something that's near and dear to your heart, being part of that journey. So that's amazing. So let's take a step back from the mortgage side of things, and kind of a final question for you I like to do here is, you're more than mortgage rates and numbers and houses. What's something that Monsy is passionate about? What's something that is a love for you that has nothing to do with mortgages?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, I think of two things. One of them is that I am very passionate about the idea of designing your life. And I love going against the grain. I love doing things totally untraditionally, different from everyone else. And I've done that in my life today as I spend a lot of time, in Mexico, in a different country. Yeah, I spend a lot of time in Canada. And so just designing my life, however I want that to look.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Okay.
And then number two is I am just very obsessed with business, with entrepreneurship, and just obsessed about growing my business. So it's not necessarily mortgages, but I just love business.
All right. Well, I mean, I think your story in this business is crazy because people are always scared to make a step, and I have to just give you props that you're like, I'm going to go move into Mexico and I'm going to double my business. And you did. So it's a beautiful story, and you just continue to crush it. So thanks so much for taking some time to join us. Again, if you need a mortgage, if you have any mortgage questions, you want to deal with one of the best, she's right next to me, Monsy Lopez. So reach out. She's always happy to help. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, Joe.